Michael Hollinger.
Aloha, I'm Galen Kelly, and just want to give all respect and honor to everyone that came out tonight because it shows you care and you're part of an awakening that's going on globally where people are saying, no more, we've had enough, we want our lives back, and it's really good to see everybody. Okay. Well, I guess like a couple of other speakers have already said, we go through the protocol of this so much, and we know it's the bureaucracy to appease the public, and we hope that we might facilitate change. For me, when I speak, mostly it's for the individuals. So I reach out to you that are kind of pushing this agenda forward. And just to back up for a minute, the enterprises that we are kind of in resistance to, like just for instance, the geothermal, they say when you want to know what's behind something to ask that famous Latin phrase, cui bono, which is who benefits, who profits, and another way of saying it is follow the money. And when we look at the geothermal enterprise, we see that it's an Israeli enterprise, and that the money that should be coming here, staying here locally to help the people on the island will be going to Israel and the interest there. And if you study anything about current day geopolitics, you know that Israel is very involved in the launching of many wars on the planet today. A total waste of money. And so, let's see. Glasses would help. When you ask for exemptions, it makes you, in our eyes, that you are acting as an elitist above us. And you set up a hierarchy that you want us to be subservient to. And as sovereign human beings, by the same creator that made you, we can't do that. We would be selling ourselves short to give you those exemptions because you're not better than us. You're one of us. And there will be, at some point, some kind of spiritual reckoning, and you will kind of be led to see that what you are serving is not really the Pono way to help the people. And so I encourage you to kind of stand with the people. And another reason for that is some of the indicators are that we're heading towards an economic collapse. The dollar is tanking. And if that does happen, you will need us, like we need you right now. You will need us and to get through the hard times. And I see that you come forth, but I'd rather meet who your handlers are. Those that send you to face the people. Those that are making the policies that you're serving that I see as thievery and thuggish behavior. And, in reaching out to you tonight, I hope that, when you go to sleep tonight, that you might think about what you heard here, and maybe you'll wake up and say, oh my God, I've been serving the wrong side. And I really want to be with the people. And I say it with all my heart. We'll be here for you if you want to make a change. And by doing the right thing, you'll be taken care of. Because that which you serve is not serving humanity. And let's see, is that the last of it? I don't want to leave anything out. I think that's it. God bless you.
And then Ike Payne.
Aloha, Taco.
Aloha.
My name is Michael. I'm here to speak about. You asked for respect at the beginning, but you completely forget about the respect to come out here. I also wonder why Mom Solomon isn't here, but this is her district, isn't it? Make you pay for. I did recently realize that you did put in a bill to repeal this Act 55. This is wrong. This is completely wrong all the way around. I feel like the key word is respect. And I'm not seeing it. I'm sitting here in the back watching the body language, and it's really kind of, it's laughable, really. Public Land Development Corporation, that is an oxymoron. Public Land Development Corporation. Oh, does that mean you're going to go in and set up some campgrounds and stuff and get people up there and using the land and all that stuff? Well, I'm sure that's probably not the case. Man, I think this is a call to action. I think this is something that everybody needs to realize. You know, we all need to wake up and rise against this. You know, this is not something to ignore. This is not something to ignore. We cannot continue as a human society ignoring these things, or we're going to be stepped all over. All right, thank you.
Mary Porter.
Aloha, my name is Ike Payne, it's not Ike.
All right.
The first thing I'd like to say is that, you know, it's kind of crazy because how stupid do you think the people of Hawaii are? That we are going to take this dog and pony show and just be happy with it. Because that's all it is. You've already made up your mind. You've already decided. This is just coming out hoping to get some support where you're not going to get any. I can guarantee you go on every single island, there's going to be nobody that gives you support because you've got none of it here. And every single bit of it is Agenda 21. And you all know it. All the way from the top to the bottom. And think about it. Where, in what universe, do we need a corporation to handle the land for the people? What is the plan? I think you guys really need to really think about what you're doing and who you're approaching. Because we are all warriors. We are not going to sit idly by and let this happen. You want to start something, you're starting it now.
Mary Porter. Mary Porter. Mary Marvin. Jean Tamashiro. Thank you.
Hello, everybody.
Aloha.
Oh, it's so good to see the Big Island Ohana.
Oh my.
And I'm so proud of everyone and really looking forward to next steps because many of us have been watching this for years and we've been kind of expecting this and, you know, and we do reach out, sir, to both of you because we know, you know, other people who may craft the policy they send you, but you still should go home and pray about this and, you know, ho'oponopono with us here because we're real people, we're loving ohana. And one of the things that somebody said was that we've seen this time and time again, how the government will make decisions and plans behind closed doors, and then they'll have a dog and pony show and pretend that we care about the people. And okay, we've seen it again and again. The other thing we've seen again and again is that we haven't really changed the way we work with each other to reclaim our destiny. And I think this is a great opportunity, again in the final hour, that we can look outside of our important kuleana that we do and we start to really reach out and think outside of the box that we've crafted because it really will require something revolutionary and evolutionary, aloha to the highest limit. So I have a warning that the true republic of the United States of America as well as its occupied territories, which include Hawaii, Guam, Puerto Rico, American Samoa, etc., has already been destroyed from within. Your boss and those people, they're working for an entity that already has been constitutionally destroyed. It is now, America and the world is now under the control of the international bankers and their friends, same as it ever was. In 1871, the establishment of the District of Columbia creates a U.S. corporation. So all of these courts that you guys want to go to are actually employees of the U.S. corporation, not the constitutional republic. And I'm learning about this. The other thing I learned about, because I took the red pill, is in 1913, the Federal Reserve is actually a privately controlled central bank. So the whole gig is rigged. So, you know, we got each other, let's learn from each other, and let's move on. The de facto puppet government, which rules over Hawaii, has been usurped by foreign entities and organizations who hold the truth and the rule of U.S. constitutional and Hawaiian Kingdom law in total disdain. The effects of that ongoing heva, treason, is hitting the ground in communities everywhere on Earth. And there are a few of our elected officials today, but very, very few. And I know Russell was sitting next to me, but he need to cough. Ignorance of the law and reality is not an excuse. Today's public hearing is your controllers telling you what they are planning to do with your land and your life. The puppet masters think they own you. Public Land Development Corporation is an instrument of state-sponsored tyranny. So let's be honest, at this point, there is no more due process of law. The game is totally rigged. We are all on our own, and we must use what little time we have to organize for growing organic, non-GMO Monsanto food, self-reliance, Pono education, truth in media, real healthcare, energy independence. Decide right now to reach out with aloha to your friends and neighbors. Learn from each other. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Truly, take back and fulfill Hawaii's sacred destiny.
Robert Petricci, and then Ronald Fujiyoshi.
My name is Robert Petricci, and I'm going to be speaking for the Punapono Alliance here tonight. So I want to say that first, we oppose these rules, and we support repealing Act 55. There's been overwhelming testimony here tonight that showed an amazing wealth of knowledge and expression of public opposition and outrage to what's going on here. So as Mr. Ferguson pointed out, there is no official record. This is not a public hearing. It's an attempt to pass as a public hearing in order to meet an obligation to the public and fraudulently establish a claim of public participation. You gave a definition at the beginning of the purpose of the PLDC, and you were in error. That is not the purpose of the PLDC. I think as we've heard here tonight, the purpose of the PLDC is a way to circumvent public participation and county participation and to bypass the permitting and zoning process. You left out the part of anything over 15 acres in the county, as Lori pointed out. It just seems like you're misleading us. It's insulting to have you come here and treat us like that. So the state's attempting. The state is attempting to circumvent the limited home rule that we have left here in Hawaiian County. And at the moment, we're actually trying to increase our home rule in a lot of different ways. So the proposed rules appear to be actually overstepping the authority granted to you by Act 55, such as forcing landowners to connect and subsidize water, electric, roads, gas, etc. I don't think that you're granted that authority. Okay, and then there's other legislation that was passed, like Senate Resolution 25, that supports the PLDC, and specifically to develop geothermal development on public lands. The geothermal that we have already produces about 20% of the power that we have here on this island. And for that, we pay 400% more than the average. We pay the highest rates in the United States for that geothermal power. And so now you want us to subsidize and give up our lands for more of this. And basically, you know, the reason they want that is they're making money. I mean, you're making so much money, you're not going to give that up. You know, the same people that charge us these 400% more, they're telling everybody geothermal, we got to have geothermal. It's the same people ripping us off. Why would anybody believe that? I mean, why would you listen to the people that, you know, are robbing you and they're telling you that's what you got to have? That these are guys that are robbing you. Come on. You know, can I have a copy of the rules? Does anybody have a copy of the rules? So I agree, and the lawyer is saying that you gotta strike all this stuff, and so I'm gonna make it real easy for you. Thank you.
And then Sara Steiner.
Hello there, everyone. My name is Ronald Fujiyoshi. I'm a lay pastor and member of Belly Defense Fund and Oahu. I felt that I needed to speak tonight. Like every one of you, we tried to make sense of what this Act 55 is. And it says, Act 55 established the Public Lands Development Corporation as a state development corporation attached to the Department of Land and Natural Resources to develop public lands placed under PLDC jurisdiction, including but not limited to existing open shoreline areas, conservation lands, agricultural lands, and small boat harbors for commercial purposes to generate revenue for the state. Now, what is this saying? I'm assuming that this act allows the state of Hawaii to partner with private corporations with the intention of making profit by developing previous Crown and government lands of the Kingdom of Hawaii.
Right.
Now, what's wrong with this picture? I think the person who said it clearest is Queen Liliuokalani. In her book, she says, "Oh, honest Americans, as Christians, hear me for my downtrodden people. Their form of government is as dear to them as yours is, as precious to you. Quite warmly, as you love your country, so they love theirs, with all your goodly possessions, covering a territory so immense that there yet remains parts unexplored, possessing islands that, although new at hand, have to be neutral ground in time of war, do not covet the little vineyard of Nablus, so far from your shores, lest the punishment of Ahab fall upon you, if not in your day, in that of your children, for be not deceived, God is not mocked." I think this is what he's saying, yeah? Americans are taking what belongs to Hawaiians, and I shame on the legislators for not standing up to this. I want to thank Keanu, one of the only 9 in the House who voted against it. There was one lone senator who voted against it. So I think what is happening here is you have the 1993 apology resolution that the U.S. government passed Congress apologized to the Native Hawaiian people for the overthrow of the Hawaiian Kingdom with the participation of agents and citizens of the United States. Congress specifically recognized that the government and Crown lands were taken without the consent or compensation to the native Hawaiian people or their sovereign government, and that the indigenous Hawaiian people never directly relinquished their claims over their national lands to the United States. Well, this is where they're taking it now, right? So, as Hank said, at the minimum, the state is holding these Crown and government lands in trust. And what does that mean? It means you have a duty to act always in the best interest of the beneficiaries and to avoid conflicts of interest. This act is not acting in the best interest of the beneficiaries.
It's definitely conflict of interest.
As Lois Gill, the widow of the U.S. Congressman and Hawaii Lieutenant Governor Tom Gill, wrote, "Repeal Act 55. Thank you.
And Anna Holmes.
Aloha, my name is Sara Steiner, and I've lived here for about almost 30 years now. And I'm getting nervous when I'm up here, so I've been going through the 36 pages, and pretty much it looks like, okay, the corporations don't have, they're not going to be responsible for any cost besides maybe some interest. And, you know, the plans, drawings up, incidental inspections, everything for the projects they want to do. The county is going to be responsible to pay for all the improvements in their areas, the water, whatever it is. Now, the problem is when it comes down to the surrounding areas, they have the right in here, they can like deem extra land. When it's necessary to acquire any new land, they can acquire it. If you don't pay your assessments, they put liens on your property. You can lose your property if you don't pay their liens. I mean, they're just, yeah, they're stealing the land. I mean, we already know the corporation, the United States is just a corporation, and we're going to fight here. The people on this island are not going to let it be turned into Oahu or Maui or the rest of the mainland with the big corporations. And so, you know, Bob was right when he ripped this thing up. It's no good, and we're going to be fighting it. So please, yeah, shove it.
Aurora Martinovich.
Hello, my name is Anna Khan. I'm from Kona. Over 200 generations documented in the Aina in Kona, Hawaii. I'm here on behalf of my family, Kapukini, and all the Halus and my family that support me today to be here. Who are you? Really? Who are you? How dare you come and dictate my resources, the livelihood of my family, and make decisions for your benefit? How dare you? How dare you do this? Public land, Hawaiians first. Second, locals, the people that live here. We have kuleana to this land. How dare you come and dictate my resources for my kids, my family? The air we all breathe, the water we all drink.
That's right.
It upsets me. Thank you, Faye. Thank you very much. Aloha to you, from my family, from the people I represent here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Back to all the way, always. I read geothermal. My uncle, my grandmother's cousin, lived less than a quarter acre from geothermal. He's 82 years old, and he has to live and breathe the air, the same air that we breathe, the same air that my resources, my plants, that I thrive on culturally, spiritually, physically, mentally, and my family. And how dare you decide to make decisions for the air that not just my family breathe, but the people of Hawaii. How dare you? So, I'm going to tell you this right now. You're responsible for the repercussions that are going to hurt my resources, my family, the generations, and the Hawaiians that so belong on their aina. And like my shirt says, Grand Theft Aina. Criminals. Corporations, criminals. What happened to them? How can you stand here and be exempt to pay taxes? And I, Hawaiian, shouldn't pay taxes, but I do. What is that? How dare you? How dare you? So, you know, now, I told you so. You're responsible. You're responsible for the life that comes after me, for my future, and the land that this developments that you think you should do will destroy and affect. So, I support to oppose this act, and I want to repeal it. If not, get rid of it, because we're not happy. The state's not happy, I'm not happy, my resources are not happy, and so, therefore, you should think about it. Thank you.
Oh, that is you guys. My name is Aurora Martinovich, and I've already experienced, excuse my language, but when we get down and dirty here, the state's fuckery on this island.
Excuse me, ma'am, I said, none of that language, you want to continue this, I'll end it right now. Honestly.
We need to end this right now.
No.
Seriously.
Well, when I say respect, I mean respect for everybody, and using foul language is not one of them. So get straight.
I'm okay with expressing
So the people here say they don't have a problem with it, with me expressing myself, and it is a constitutional right. So here's the deal.
No foul language.
No foul language. There is no such thing. Foul deeds.
Give your message.
If my language, if that word you just heard, you consider foul, the document that has been presented to this community, I've looked over it for the past 3 days. And what everybody has said here about it is true, but I need to share one more thing about it. I'm only 50 years old, but I've spent a little time researching history, and I'm trying to figure out how the best way to deal with this. And what this document smells like to me is back in the 40s, when there was this great concept back in Germany. And somebody put it on paper and made it look good. And it was called Nazis. And at this point, speaking for myself and the people I know in this room, we feel threatened. threatened on a level I've never felt before. And I lived next to a geothermal plant and got gassed in my sleep like Nazis do. But what you've presented to us has no respect for the land, the people, and this tomfoolery called the United States occupation. There's no respect whatsoever. But I need you guys to know. Thank you for looking at me now when I speak. I need you guys to know that the people here on this island have enough. If you listen to the Hawaiians, if you listen to the residents. Now I had to move from my house because I was getting poisoned by the state's tomfoolery, if you like that word better. But there's nowhere else for people to go. This is our home. Whether we had 200 generations or we've been here 20 years, there's nowhere else to go. So know that all these bushes here, they're filled with people that want to live in peace and want to grow food and live in harmony with their neighbors. But if you guys are going to take that away from us, there's a battle brewing. But you guys asked for it. You guys asked for it. We don't want to be in a battle, but if you called for it, we're coming. Just let me know.